I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, and I just wanted to get out a few things that have been going on that I really wanted to talk about. Had some wholesalers. We've had a great month as far as wholesalers signing up for our program, getting ready for the new year. I'm excited for them. I look forward to working with them and showing them. I got a lot of comments that I want to answer in this video, so it's probably going to be around 10 or 12 minutes long for this video to be concluded. But anyway, I want to start off with what's in the title. Of course, you don't have to own a car lot to be stupid. Our program is letting you test the waters. And that's what it's all about, is being able to test the waters before you jump in. Regardless of what you see out there about how some people can open a cheap car lot, that's not necessarily true. It's how you paint it. When you stop and take into consideration that if you don't own the property, you're going to have to go out and lease that property. Now, if you're leasing commercial property this day and time, it's going to be very difficult to get that property at, I'm going to guess, $1,000 a month. Then you've got to get your insurance. Then you've got to get your utilities on and your license and so on. So your actual commitment to get involved in that dealership is going to be, at a minimum in most cases, $20,000 a year, just in commitments. Now, you may not have to have all that at once, like I've said, but that's a pretty strong commitment on something that you just do not have a clue if you're going to be successful at. And so this gentleman yesterday that we signed up asked what the difference in our program was than a lot of other programs. Number one, the biggest thing to me is we don't have a monthly fee like a lot of other people do. And my belief, we did, and yes, it was more profitable. And really, it didn't take any more. The people that signed up they didn't care about the monthly fee. But now, due to the things that we've changed in our program, because we wanted to bring more dealers into our program, we don't charge any monthly fee. So that's the biggest difference to me, and that's going to save you at least $2,000 to $2,500 a year. Now, when I say that to jump in a car lot, without ever having a car in inventory, attending auctions, folks, it's stupid. Okay. It's like jumping into an ocean before you wade. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. This business is twofold. It is about buying and selling cars, but primarily it's about running a car dealership. So, and running a car dealership is very different from buying and selling cars. The cars are a product. That's all they are. They are an investment product. It's just like candy. If you're operating a candy store, you're going to buy candy wholesale. You're going to retail candy. Okay, the cars are no different. Okay, you've got to have a passion for cars. I have an extreme passion for cars, I always have. But you got to remember, I was raised in a junkyard. My father put me into this business by pulling parts off of cars. So really, I don't know anything else. I know how to strip parts off of cars. but I'm not a mechanic, and so, but I do have a passion for automobiles. I have a pretty decent collection of automobiles, nothing expensive like a lot of people out there have. You know, their Ferraris and their Corvettes and their things like that. My collectibles start off most of the time with a $3,000 Jeep and work up from there. So that's what I love to do. I love to work on Jeeps. I'm not a wrench turner. But at any rate, the biggest thing that people do when they own a car lot is they go out and they treat themselves to the nicest car on the lot. They'll buy their Corvettes, they'll buy their Ferraris, and they'll buy their Escalades. And they are good investments if they're selling them. But they want the ego of driving that expensive car around. Hey, get ready. That expensive car, in most of the cases, are going to be the one that you are going to lose money on, which, you know, hey, that's a given. If you drive a car for a year, it's a Corvette, and you wind up losing $3,000 to $4,000 on it, hey, that's not really a big loss. But where people make the mistake is buying a complete flock of expensive cars. You know, the buying public now is very educated. Okay, they can get out here just like us. Your biggest retailer one day that is coming, one day is coming that these auction companies that we're supporting now are going to be the biggest retailer of automobiles. If you can't see that coming, something's wrong with you. Due to OVE and everything that some of these auctions have, like Manheim, and they're really subtly getting the dealers into their programs now to where the online vehicle exchange is a huge business. Now, the only thing is they're trying to keep their word to the dealer. Now, all these are just my opinions, that they're trying to keep their words to the dealer, that they're a dealer-only auction. I don't know. And really, that's the reason for programs like ours, because we want people to come into business not only to be the dealer, but I anticipate one day, because the number of public auctions that are increasing by dealer-only auto auctions. You know, it's not very many, but by the same token, you can go out there now on at least probably one day a month where they open up their auction facilities and at least one lane to the buying public. Now, if you think that this is not in their long-term plan to be a retailer of automobiles, you better think again. It's coming. So this is why now with our auction access that we do not charge a monthly fee, because there are people now that can literally go out there and pay the auction access fees like we have, and they can go to the auction and buy cars for their family, their friends, their business employees, or anybody like that, and they save thousands. I mean, literally, if you do not see this happening from the auctions, then God help you. I mean, I've been around auctions for 40 years. I see it coming. This is why my program is so effective. You can't lose on this program, because you're getting in there any day of the week that the auction is buying to dealers, and you can buy that inventory wholesale. And so just because the auction company has set it aside one day a week or one day a month, don't think it's not going to grow, because I see it. As a matter of fact, just I think it was 2 weeks ago, I attended an auction, and I attended the auction that was a dealer-only auction, but that day they opened up one lane to the buying public, and they had a good crowd from the buying public being in there waiting for that one day to where they could get in there and compete with dealers for buying automobiles, and they took advantage of it. Our program gives you that opportunity to do that as often as you want, and so that's why we are so successful at doing it. I see the future. That to me, and it may not happen. It may not happen in my lifetime. I don't know, but I think that this vision, to me, is has already become the rule that I'm going to try to get the jump on them. Yes, do I love buying and selling cars? Oh, immensely. I have a passion for it. And you probably have a passion for it too. So why do you want to jump in and get a car lot when your passion is buying and selling cars? If it wasn't for my son here, I did not want to own a car lot. Okay. I had a wholesale dealer's license. I was totally happy with that wholesale dealer's license, but I'm a proud father like anybody else did. And my son wanted a car dealership. Okay. I guess the best teacher is experience. So I sat here and for the first 2 years watched him enjoy owning a car lot. And for the first time, as I've mentioned in the other videos, the other day, he said, I wish I could just go back to being a wholesaler. We all do. Owning a car lot is not the best thing in under the sun. Having a car dealer's license and being able to get into those auctions is absolutely fantastic. But owning a car lot and relying on the retail public to buy cars is as fickle as can be, because the retail public typically is going to buy one car in a 3-year period, and longer than that in most cases. But at a minimum, the car they're buying, if they get 3 years out of it, they're going to be happy. And they are fickle. They are really, really tight to let go of that only time that they're going to invest in a car for the next few years. So, boy, they watch that buying. A lot of times they will not even offer you close to market value on a car because they simply do not have it. It doesn't matter. I mean, I had a gentleman walk in the other day on a vehicle, and I priced him the vehicle, and on our lot, of course, we specialize in $3,000 vehicles, and the market will bear that on this vehicle. And he looked at me and says, I've got $1,600. Well, I don't have a lawnmower here that I can sell you for $1,600. Okay, a scrap car, the metal in a car now is worth $300 to $500, and if you're expecting to drive a car off of a lot for $1,600, God help you, because I buy $1,600 cars by the dozens. You're here trying to buy one. I've got $1,600 that I'll buy 10 with, if you could bring me 10 good $1,600 cars, because the market just says that. So the buying retail public has what they've got in their pocket to buy a car with, or what they've got in the bank to buy a car with. They don't understand market value at all. So owning a car lot, you're going to deal with that all the time. With a wholesale license, you're primarily working with wholesalers. You're primarily flipping from one auction to another. You're dealing with intelligent buyers, or experienced buyers. They know what they're looking for. So keep that in mind. It's best to get started. Well, not necessarily, would I love to have you in our program? Of course I would. But start somewhere. Don't try to own the farm just because you want to grow a few tomatoes. Get your feet wet and grow from there. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy New Year. I'll see you soon. Please subscribe below. Read the description below. Subscribe if you like the content on this channel. Thank you.